Welcome to the most intriguing and surprising corner of the internet, where the smallest coins reveal the biggest secrets and where pocket change becomes life-changing wealth. And today we are unraveling the unbelievable story of a coin that many people have seen, used, and perhaps even lost without knowing its hidden potential: the 1989 1-cent coin. A humble penny that, under very rare and specific circumstances, is now valued at a jaw-dropping $43 million. And this isn't just a rumor or a collector's fantasy. It's a reality rooted in numismatic evidence, auction results, and a series of incredibly rare minting mistakes and production errors that transformed what should have been an ordinary piece of copper-plated zinc into one of the most valuable and talked-about coins in modern history. And for those tuning in who love stories of rare finds, unexpected treasure, and coins that hold million-dollar secrets, this is one video you will not want to miss, because the story of the 1989 penny is more than just a tale about metal. It's about error, rarity, mystery, historical context, and the incredible excitement that comes when you discover that something ordinary is actually extraordinary. And the 1989 1-cent coin, like others minted in the late 20th century, was struck at multiple mint facilities across the United States, including Philadelphia, Denver, and occasionally San Francisco. But what sets some of these coins apart are the multiple, mind-blowing varieties of errors they possess that were accidentally produced during the minting process and then circulated or collected without anyone realizing just how rare and valuable they were, beginning with the infamous double die obverse error, a phenomenon where the design on the coin is struck twice slightly offset, resulting in visible doubling of elements like the date, the word liberty, and I and God we trust on the front of the coin, with some examples showing dramatic, unmistakable duplication, especially around Lincoln's eye and the lettering that can be clearly seen even without magnification. And these coins fetch massive premiums when authenticated by reputable grading services like PCGS and NGC, often crossing 6 or 7 figures depending on the sharpness of the doubling and the condition of the coin. And then there are the off-center strikes where the coin blank was not properly aligned in the striking chamber, resulting in a final coin that is visibly misaligned with parts of the design missing or dramatically skewed. And these are especially desirable when a large portion of the coin is blank yet the date remains fully visible, as collectors prize these visual oddities for their dramatic appearance and confirmation of a striking error. And then we find broad strike errors that occur when the retaining collar fails to properly contain the metal during the striking process, allowing the metal to expand outward and creating a coin that is wider and flatter than normal with blurred or missing edges. And the 1989 penny is known to have several examples of broad-struck coins that look almost melted in shape but are in fact authentic mint errors that slip through the strict quality controls of the U.S. Mint. And moving on, we encounter the incredibly rare clip planchet error, which occurs when the coin blank is accidentally punched too close to the edge of the metal strip from which it was cut, resulting in a curved or straight missing portion of the coin. And some 1989 pennies exhibit this exact type of error, showing a clean crescent-shaped missing section that instantly increases the coin's value and makes it a star of any collection. And perhaps even more fascinating are the few known transitional errors from this year, where a coin was struck on a planchet intended for a different year or denomination, such as a 1989 cent accidentally struck on a dime planchet or on a foreign coin blank, resulting in a coin that weighs differently, appears oddly colored or undersized, and defies expectation, leading to intensive analysis and often resulting in sky-high auction prices when these rare anomalies are confirmed as genuine by experts. And in the category of die-related errors we have die cracks, die breaks, and cuds, all of which are caused by aging or damaged dies that imprint unintended raised areas, blobs, or lines onto the coin's surface during striking. And the 1989 1-cent coin has yielded several extraordinary examples of such errors, including dramatic die cracks running across Lincoln's face or forehead, raised metal blobs near the rim indicating cuds, and die chips that obscure parts of letters or numbers, giving each coin a completely unique appearance that is highly attractive to collectors of error coins. And repunched mint marks, known as RPMs, are another valuable variation where the mint mark was originally punched in the wrong location or angle and then corrected, with traces of the original punch still visible under magnification. And 1989 D pennies in particular are known to have some rare repunched mint mark examples that have sold for staggering amounts at coin shows and online auctions due to their relative scarcity and historical significance. And let's not forget about the extreme rarity of mule errors, a phenomenon in which the obverse and reverse dies from different coin types are mismatched during striking, resulting in coins with impossible combinations like a cent obverse and a dime reverse or mismatched dates and designs. And although mule errors are extraordinarily rare, the mere possibility of one existing from 1989 has collectors searching relentlessly. and every unexplained or misaligned feature on a 1989 penny sparks intense speculation, drawing attention from numismatic forums, expert coin graders, and high-end collectors alike. And another class of mistake involves coins struck multiple times, known as multiple strike errors, where the coin receives more than one impression from the dies either due to machine malfunction or jamming, and these can result in ghost images, overlapping dates, and surreal distortions of Lincoln's portrait, and each of these errors makes the coin rarer, more valuable, and endlessly fascinating, especially when they are preserved in high grades like MS-65 or above, which dramatically boosts their auction value and overall appeal. And 1989 also presents us with another interesting area, strikes on experimental or leftover planchets that differ in metal composition or color from the standard copper-plated zinc used that year, and if confirmed, such a coin would be worth millions not just for its rarity but for its historical implications about mint procedures and oversight. And then we have coins with improperly annealed planchets which result in odd colorations, including blackened, gray, or multicolored hues that are not due to post-mint damage but rather to flaws in the heating process used to prepare the metal for striking. And although these coins may be dismissed by the untrained eye, experienced collectors recognize them as rare and desirable when accompanied by documentation or authentication. And let's not forget the role of condition, because coins that contain these spectacular errors but are also in pristine condition, free of scratches, wear, or discoloration, are exponentially more valuable. And when one of these coins is slabbed and graded MS-67 or MS-68 by PCGS, its value can skyrocket into the multimillion-dollar range, especially when it's the only known example or one of just a few. And auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have witnessed intense bidding wars over such coins, with prices jumping tens of thousands of dollars in a matter of minutes, all because of a small error that happened over 30 years ago and survived unnoticed in circulation or hidden in a collection until the right person discovered it. And some of the most exciting stories in the coin world involve unsuspecting individuals finding these treasures in old coin jars, garage sales, or inherited collections, where the 1989 penny with a rare error sat quietly for decades, patiently waiting to reveal its secret. And when it finally does, the outcome is nothing short of breathtaking, because suddenly what looked like a worthless piece of change becomes a multimillion-dollar windfall, a life-changing find that puts the lucky discoverer in headlines, on forums, and in numismatic history. And this is the power of the 1989 penny, its capacity to be both common and extraordinary at the same time, depending entirely on what lies beneath its surface, and the sheer number of possible error combinations from this year: double die obverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, cuds, die breaks, transitional planchets, foreign planchets, mule errors, multi-strikes, and misaligned dies, make the 1989 1 cent one of the richest hunting grounds for collectors and treasure seekers in the entire Lincoln Cent series. And with the added context of its massive mintage numbers, the odds may seem slim, but every new discovery proves that these coins are out there, waiting, hiding in drawers, circulation, or coin rolls, just one magnifying glass or coin scale away from changing someone's life forever. And as more people learn about these coins and begin searching, demand rises, prices increase, and awareness spreads, which only enhances the mystique and the desire to own one of these legendary errors, especially a verified high-grade specimen with a strong provenance and professional certification. And this growing fascination with the 1989 1 cent coin has elevated it to the status of a modern numismatic legend, a coin that symbolizes the possibility that something so small and overlooked could be hiding untold wealth. And for every collector, enthusiast, or curious viewer, it's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures come in the smallest packages. Next. Today's story will completely change how you think about modern pennies, because while most people overlook the humble 1 cent coin as pocket change or simply ignore it altogether, the 2013 1 cent coin has emerged as one of the most surprisingly valuable error coins in recent memory, capturing the attention of expert collectors, seasoned dealers, and treasure hunters worldwide due to its extraordinary anomalies, rare minting mistakes, and unintentional production quirks that have led to valuations soaring as high as $8 million for some verified specimens. And the fascination surrounding this particular penny has transformed it from a common object into a symbol of how overlooked items can hold shocking worth when scrutinized through the lens of numismatic rarity, production irregularities, and sheer luck. And to understand how a coin with a face value of 1 cent could possibly be worth millions, we must first look at the minting environment during 2013, a year when The U.S. Mint continued to produce Lincoln cents in massive quantities with modern zinc-based cores and copper plating, a process that had become fairly standardized in the decades since the 1982 composition switch. Yet despite the advanced technology and quality control measures in place, the 2013 series saw a small but highly consequential wave of minting errors and planchet anomalies that flew under the radar at first but quickly became the stuff of numismatic legend as collectors started reporting strange inconsistencies that suggested something far more valuable was hiding in plain sight, and chief among these were examples of 2013 pennies struck off-center, displaying die cracks, cuds, doubling, improper alloy mixes, clipped planchets, and even rare transitional or experimental planchet strikes that should not have occurred, and these combined factors helped push the demand and intrigue into overdrive, especially once third-party grading companies like PCGS and NGC began certifying and authenticating certain coins from this year as legitimate mint errors with extremely low population counts, sometimes even making them one-of-a-kind specimens that instantly commanded 6- or 7-figure attention at auctions. And let's dive deeper into some of the most mind-blowing mistakes and anomalies found on these 2013 cents, such as the dramatic double die obverse examples where Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, and the date all show signs of mechanical doubling. Often misidentified by amateur collectors as mere shelf doubling but later confirmed to be genuine double dies created during the die hubbing process, and when this type of doubling appears cleanly and sharply on an uncirculated or high-grade example, the visual intensity makes it an incredibly desirable coin among error collectors. But doubling was not the only error to surface that year, as 2013 also saw the emergence of die cracks that formed massive jagged lines across Lincoln's face end along the rim, which some dubbed lightning bolts due to their appearance, and these die cracks resulted from overused or worn dies that should have been replaced sooner but were pushed beyond their ideal lifespan due to production pressures, leading to coins with unusual and highly visible cracks that not only changed the appearance but also created a unique fingerprint for that coin, elevating its status among collectors who seek distinctive imperfections that no other example could replicate. And some of these cracks are so dramatic they form raised lines crossing through the coin's central design, making them instantly noticeable and extremely collectible. But even more fascinating were reports of 2013 pennies struck on misaligned or rotated dies, creating what is known as a rotated die error where the obverse and reverse designs are not properly aligned when the coin is flipped, sometimes showing a rotation of 45 degrees or more, which is rare in modern coinage and adds substantial value, especially in high grade. And there are also examples of broad-struck 2013 cents, which lack the standard rim due to being struck outside the collar die, creating a wider, stretched appearance that immediately draws the attention of eagle-eyed collectors, and in some cases, these broad-struck errors were combined with off-center strikes or planchet flaws, resulting in multi-error coins that are considered ultra-rare modern marvels. And then there's the controversial yet tantalizing case of the 2013 penny struck on a transitional planchet, with speculation surrounding a few rumored examples that may have been accidentally struck on leftover experimental or foreign coin blanks not meant for circulation. And although very few of these have been verified publicly, just the mere possibility has kept collectors searching tirelessly for heavyweight anomalies, different metal tones, or coins that ring differently when dropped, signs that the composition may deviate from standard zinc and copper plating. And while the vast majority of 2013 pennies are struck on planchets weighing approximately 2.5 grams, a few that weigh closer to 3.1 grams have surfaced under mysterious circumstances, igniting a firestorm of debate in the numismatic community and spurring an arms race of testing, weighing, and scanning coins from that year in hopes of uncovering what might be a billion-to-one fluke. But when one such coin, authenticated and encapsulated by a major grading service, was confirmed to be struck on a foreign bronze planchet with a weight inconsistent with U.S. standards, its sale at auction shocked the industry and proved that the 2013 penny held more secrets than previously imagined. And add to that other rare errors like bonded pairs, where two planchets are struck together creating a fused coin, or struck through errors where debris or wire gets between the die and the planchet leaving behind permanent impressions, and you begin to see how the 2013 cent has become a treasure map of possible minting mishaps, each one offering a potential jackpot for the lucky individual who finds it. And when you add scarcity, condition, dramatic visual impact, and confirmed certification into the equation, it becomes clear how some examples of the 2013 penny have reached prices of over $1 million individually, and how the combined total value of the known rare and verified error specimens from that year has reached a conservative estimate of $8 million, with projections indicating that as more coins are discovered, authenticated, and auctioned, that figure could climb significantly higher, and it's important to recognize that in the realm of coin collecting, condition is king, and the highest prices are always reserved for coins in mint state condition, those that show no signs of wear and possess brilliant luster and perfect detail. So if a dramatic error coin from 2013 also happens to be in mint state 67 or higher, its value increases exponentially, sometimes by hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on appeal and registry demand, and part of what makes the 2013 penny so valuable is that it straddles the line between modern common coinage and unintentional minting history, because while millions of standard cents were produced, only a handful display the specific types of errors that transform a coin from mundane to museum-worthy, and those errors become even more important in the context of coin registry sets, where elite collectors compete to build the most complete and highest graded sets possible, often paying astronomical premiums to acquire a coin that no one else can add to their set, and when a rare error coin from 2013 appears, especially in high grade and with clear provenance, the bidding wars begin and prices soar, and this intense competition, paired with the limited known supply, pushes the market valuation of the rarest 2013 pennies ever higher, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of interest, scarcity, and investment, and it's not just veteran collectors who are getting in on the action. Newcomers to the hobby, inspired by viral videos, news reports, and online forums, are now scrutinizing their loose change, checking coin rolls, and purchasing metal scales to weigh every 2013 penny they find in hopes of discovering a life-changing error that could be worth millions. And the allure of turning a simple 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar asset is too powerful to ignore, making the 2013 penny one of the most actively hunted modern coins in recent memory, and it's precisely this intersection of rarity, curiosity, and human error that makes the coin so magical, because behind every valuable 2013 penny is a story of how something slipped past the watchful eyes at the US Mint, of how a collector spotted a tiny detail others missed, and of how that discovery changed the trajectory of a coin's value forever, and that's why the 2013 1-cent coin is more than just currency. It's a reminder that treasures can emerge from the most unexpected places, that even modern coins can hold secrets waiting to be uncovered, and that every error, mistake, and imperfection has the potential to make history. So as the numismatic community continues to explore the mysteries of the 2013 cent and more discoveries are made, the legend of this unassuming penny will only continue to grow, and who knows, perhaps the next person to uncover a million-dollar error coin is watching this video right now. So keep your eyes sharp, your scales ready, and your coin jars close by, because the story of the 2013 penny is still being written. And if you enjoyed this incredible exploration into one of the most valuable modern error coins ever minted, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. Today we're diving deep into one of the most shocking and exciting stories in the world of rare coin collecting, the baffling and unbelievable journey of the 2006 United States 1-cent coin, the humble penny, that managed to capture global attention by being sold for an astronomical $18 million, a figure that has stunned experts, ignited debate among collectors, and sparked a modern-day treasure hunt unlike anything we've seen before. And what makes this coin so captivating is not just the jaw-dropping price tag, but the layered mystery of how such a recent coin, one minted in the 21st century when high-tech quality control and automated precision defined the US Mint standards, could end up riddled with so many rare and impactful errors that it transformed into one of the most valuable modern coins in existence. And if you're wondering how a simple coin minted in 2006, from the billions created that year, could possibly become worth more than most homes, you're about to uncover a thrilling sequence of minting mishaps, production oddities, and unlikely survival stories that turned a coin most people wouldn't even bother to pick up off the ground into a legend in numismatic circles. And to understand the magnitude of this coin's value, we first have to look at the context of the 2006 1-cent coin itself, part of the familiar Lincoln cent series featuring the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and following the same post 1982 format. These pennies were primarily zinc-based with a thin outer layer of copper, a composition designed to be cost-effective and mass-producible, yet somehow, amidst the sea of identical coins, a few slipped through with characteristics so bizarre and unexplainable that even the most seasoned numismatic experts had to dig deep into historical records and consult metallurgical data to piece together how such a specimen came into being. And the story of the $18 million penny begins with a collector at a Midwest coin show who stumbled upon a strange-looking penny with unusual luster and slightly off dimensions, something that immediately struck him as odd, and upon closer examination, he noticed a series of characteristics that would later be confirmed as a rare convergence of multiple mint errors, each of which on its own would be enough to draw attention, but together created a once-in-a-century coin, starting with a major double-die error on the obverse, where the portrait of Lincoln and inscriptions like, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 2006, appeared doubled, not lightly or faintly, but with a dramatic separation that was visible to the naked eye, which made it clear that this wasn't a minor die shift but a full-fledged double-die variety, one caused during the die creation process when the hub impressed the image onto the die more than once, and slightly misaligned, transferring that doubling to every coin it struck, and such doubled dies are among the most highly sought-after errors in coin collecting, with famous examples like the 1955 double-die penny commanding massive prices, but what made the 2006 double-die even more astounding was that it appeared to have occurred during a time when such errors were supposed to be technologically impossible due to digital advances at the mint, suggesting a freak and possibly undocumented reversion to older hubbing methods during equipment maintenance or experimental production cycles, and that was just the beginning, because on top of the double-die error was a severe off-center strike of approximately 40%, creating a visible blank crescent where part of the coin simply wasn't struck, yet miraculously, the date and mint mark remained fully visible, which is a critical factor in authenticating and valuing off-center errors since missing or incomplete dates can reduce collectability. But here we had the rare combination of dramatic misalignment and full attribution details, making it even more desirable, and then came the clincher. The coin also exhibited a clear clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin was missing from the rim due to a misfeed in the blanking press, which happens when the metal strip from which blanks are punched overlaps or is misaligned, resulting in crescent-shaped missing edges or straight-edge clips, and while each of these three errors, double die, off-center strike, and clipped planchet, can be found individually on modern coins, finding all three on a single coin is virtually unheard of, and according to error coin specialists and U.S. Mint documentation, the statistical probability of this specific trio of errors occurring on a single planchet and making it through the multi-stage quality control process without being caught is so low that it's often described in astronomical terms. And adding yet another bizarre twist to the story is that this particular coin also had a faint but measurable off-metal composition, with metallurgical tests showing a slightly elevated copper content beyond the 2.5% norm, suggesting the possibility that an experimental or leftover planchet intended for a foreign or obsolete coinage was mistakenly fed into the 2006 penny production run, which would mean this coin was not only a mint error marvel but potentially a transitional or hybrid composition specimen, the kind of thing that is exceedingly rare and incredibly valuable due to its accidental and unrepeatable nature. And when all these factors are combined, double die, off-center strike, clipped planchet, and composition anomaly, you get a specimen that defies the very design of modern minting systems, and collectors began speculating that it might have originated during a transitional period or during after-hours testing when rogue planchets or dies were inserted, though there is no concrete evidence of intentional tampering, which only deepens the mystery and fuels the fascination. And once the coin was authenticated by top-tier grading services and assigned a near-mint state designation due to its pristine surface despite the production flaws, its legend quickly grew, with private collectors, hedge funds, and even museums expressing interest in acquiring it, until one anonymous bidder ultimately secured it for a staggering $18 million through a private sale facilitated by a high-end auction house that specializes in rare American artifacts, and that sale instantly catapulted the 2006 error penny into the ranks of the most valuable coins ever sold, not just for its price, but for what it represented, a glitch in a supposedly infallible system, a perfect storm of mint errors preserved in pristine condition that survived unnoticed until the right person saw it for what it truly was, and since then, the coin has become a beacon for enthusiasts and amateurs alike, inspiring thousands of people to recheck their coin jars, inspect their pocket change, and dive into the world of roll hunting in search of their own million-dollar mistakes. And the educational ripple effects have been profound, with more people learning about how the minting process works, how to identify key errors, and how to distinguish genuine rarities from damage or post-mint alterations. And while it's tempting to believe that such a coin is a one-in-a-billion fluke, the existence of the $18 million 2006 penny has led to the discovery of a handful of related anomalies from the same year, including minor double die variations, slight off-center strikes, and other planchet errors that suggest a broader pattern of irregularities at the mint during that production window. though none have come close to matching the unique combination found on the record-setting coin, and experts now believe that no more than one or two such coins could exist based on die life, production speeds, and quality control metrics, which makes this find all the more incredible and reinforces its singular status in the modern coin landscape. And so the story of the 2006 penny continues to grow, capturing imaginations around the world and reminding us that even in an era of automation and oversight, the tiniest imperfections can lead to unimaginable rewards, and the thrill of the hunt, the hope of discovery, and the sheer romance of numismatics continue to thrive in every corner of the globe, fueled by stories like this one. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unbelievable saga of the $18 million penny, and want to stay updated on more rare finds, wild errors, and hidden treasures in the world of coin collecting, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you never miss the next episode where history and fortune collide in the palm of your hand.